Okay, folks, this is Rob Potter here. I'm in Mount Shasta, California. I have a fake background, and I'm talking with Michael and Bruno. Uh, uh, he says Biodome, but it's really David Ferdinand, and we are here talking. We're in three different locations. I'm in Northern California, and David Ferdinand is in Brazil. We've been chatting. He has a very unique property we'll hear about briefly here, and he's going to kind of interview me as well. We have Bruno's in California. Is that correct, Bruno? Where are you from? Where are you at right now?
I'm in Brazil too, São Paulo.
Oh, Brazil. He's in Sao Paulo, and we're going to be talking about uh some coming changes and some technology they're working on. So Dave, why don't you take over and let's hear what's going on down there.
Oh, great. Thanks, Rob. And thanks to everyone listening. This is really kind of a milestone, historic weekend for us. We have an event that we do once a month. It's called Soul Weekend. I'm standing here on Evolution Island, which is off the coast of Sao Paulo, and Bruno's actually in the city right now. And part of the event that we do for Soul Weekend is to help people come here really to immerse in nature and to connect not only using what Bruno blesses his ayahuasca and other plant medicines, hape, but it's not just the physical component that we deal with here on this weekend soul, because consciousness is not physical. The things that Bruno does, and he can explain a little bit as we go further in this interview. He'll explain a little bit about how he came to know Evolution Island is where we are and his involvement. But what we try to do here is something called CE5. I don't know, Rob, have you heard of CE5?
Yes, I know Costas Macraeus personally from many years ago.
Okay.
Who
Okay,
created
great.
For Stephen Greer.
Yeah, exactly. So what the whole idea ultimately is to meditate and to come to the 0 point. And when you do, then the ET doesn't have any fear of you because you have no conditions.
Well,
And
you
at
don't
that
have any,
point,
if you have no fear of them, the ETs don't have any fear of you. They're, they're
exactly.
definitely, they're looking for people who are awake and aware and reaching out for contact. There's not too many bad guys around anymore of them. So we're trying to get people to recognize the reality, and the fear, I think, that might come from us would be if they look different and all that stuff. But really, again, it's not so much about physical contact. I think it's about a spiritual transformation and beginning to work like you guys are down towards the new earth. So you guys you having a contact recently?
I get contacts all the time, but it's not a physical. I don't see physical objects. I just, my ears ring, I get inspired, and I do something. So I feel like I'm actually tied into whatever intelligence and consciousness that's inspiring me and to do things, whatever it is. So I'm just really patient and let things happen. I don't know, Bruno, have you experienced anything? Bruno spent 3 weeks here alone on Evolution Island, and so the only other person to be here alone other than me, and I'm an American, so Bruno has a lot of experience. I don't know, Bruno, why don't you say a couple of words to the audience and let people know who you are and maybe what you see, and also mention Beloo, okay?
Okay. Blessings for everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor. I'm Bruno. I'm a worker with the medicines, ayahuasca, rapé, and I'm studying the contact with the aliens, the ufology, and I have a lot of histories, of the contact. It's like, how can I say, they show up when they want to show up. when the person that they want to show, it's prepared, it's in the perfect equilibrium, it's prepared to see what they want to show, you know. And in the evolution island, it's a point, a miracle point, a paradise point that the manifestation have happened a lot, principal at night with the shooting stars. It's amazing. Only seeing and feeling to believe. You know, I can talk a lot about it. Bilu, it's a name of alien that was discovered here in Brazil by enterprise called Docula, and there is a big history about it. It's like a work about 30 years of work, Dracula. And last year I went through to seek the truth, and I went to Mato Grosso. It's a city here in Brazil, and to see by myself, to feel by myself. And there I received a train to elevate my vibration, my perceptions, to realize when what I was I'm seeing was real or not. And they have this trainment to make that contact. And when I move out from there, it was like I bring some energy, and
So
started.
what was the treatment? You had a treatment, you said? I misunderstood.
Yeah, train. Yeah, it's like they give you a pass, like baby steps, footsteps. In the beginning, it's like meditation to contact yourself, feel the environment. Be in silence, to perceive, have the perception to
Right.
look what is the environment and what is natural and what is not. you know and it was like 90 days, about 1 week and a few days. And in the last 2 days I had the contact in the event there. A lot of people saw too. There's videos recorded about the manifestation of Bilu. It's not only Bilu; it's like a lot of them, and they present themselves with the other names of what they would like to give the name for them who is represented.
So
And
so I want to make sure because so my listeners can understand. So you and you stayed on this island where Dave's at off the coast of Sao Paulo, which is kind of remote, and you are sharing a little bit about it's almost a three month and 2 weeks retreat that you did in Mato Grosso. Um and
yeah,
South America, folks, is kind of a hub and a contact. It's kind of a lot of focus is going to be taking place down there because of the nature and the various changes that are coming up of
yeah.
geologically and sociopolitically. So you were out there, and so take us through the experience. You were all together, and a ship appeared. This is like a group contact. Okay. And so you saw a ship, or everyone was having some kind of internal experience in relationship to the ship, kind of a contact experience, yeah?
In Mato Grosso was physical. It was there was the manifestation of ships, spaceships, and but the big moment was like a shadow on the woods talking, and you hear the voice across on the left, on the other, on the right, up, down, in the back, in front, like to prove to yourselves like it's not natural, it's not something that
Right.
we are normally
So you,
used
so
to.
right. So when you say physical, I want to clarify that. So that was a physical. You saw physical beings. You saw a ship. It landed. People got off, or you heard voices. You saw ships in the sky, and then you heard a communication. Everyone was there,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
communication came from here, there, everywhere.
yeah, exactly. It's like I saw the ship where all the people there saw the ship walking through the sky, but one landed, one show go on the ground, only moving in the sky, stopping, moving another direction, coming back slowly, fast. It's like a signal. We are here.
Right.
You are seeing this, and the manifestation on the ground was the voice. Some people and I saw the human shadow, but when you look closely after the train, after practice, the exercises, the energy works differently. And the message about this work of Dakla of 30 years about Bilu and the voice, he passed the principal message of him. It's seek knowledge, seek knowledge.
What's that?
Em português, busquem conhecimento. In English, seek knowledge. It's like pursuit wisdom, the true wisdom. It's like not about the what there is, the government want you to know, the want to learn, but seek the true knowledge, the truth. You
Okay,
know.
thank you. There you go. So you so I'm trying to what was the communication? Everyone heard it. It was in Portuguese. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So was there a physical the ship landed? Did the door open? Did anyone get out? Was it just you could see inside the craft?
For me, in that moment, I didn't saw, but there is workers in this enterprise that usually that happen. The spaceship lands. There's big things happen to them, and we are me in the island, Evolution Island. I saw similarities, but it's kind of another. They show themselves in another way. Uh, it's like David said, it's like something telepathy with
Right. You
the
had a
fourth.
telepathic experience. And
Yeah, exactly.
okay, and so this initial contact was establishing for you all with multiple witnesses that they're real. And I'm sure everyone probably has a slightly different story of their own apperception. Can you uh, can you share any of those recordings? Do you have two computers with you, or are we on your phone, or how's the communication going?
I'm now on my phone, but there is a lot of the videos on YouTube about that event, about the history, about the manifestation. Some manifestation recorded. In here in Brazil, it's a polemic history because the journal, the news, went to Mato Grosso to see,
Can you give me
and
the name? What is the YouTube? I can maybe pull it up while you're talking. Go ahead.
It's
I
under
will. I will seek here in a minute. I will tell you because it's a big name. 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so all right. So he had an experience, and then I'm presuming he's had folks, we're talking about another a physical contact with a being that's on here. I'm trying to explore a little bit what this contact is about. But I'm assuming Bruno had another contact at a different time. David, is that correct?
Uh, Actually, Bruno's a shaman, so he gets contacts all the time. It's just that Beloo, in particular, that entity, was something that he was attracted to actually take a walkabout journey. He had no idea what he was getting himself into, and
Who,
he actually went
Bruno or
alone.
Beloo?
Yes, Bilu, Bilu.
I know. So Beloo didn't know what he was getting into, or Bruno?
No, Bruno didn't. Didn't Bruno was going into? He was on a journey for spiritual awakening,
Right. What kind
and
of journey? Physical journey or an ayahuasca journey?
he was going. Yeah, he's going there to administer ayahuasca and bring them that plant medicine technology
Bring it
because
to
they
who?
bring it to Docula, the Docula organization. It's a big organization that works with quantum physics
Oh,
and science. It's a science research laboratory and a modernized futuristic city called Ziggurats, Quartes, I think, or something. Zergurats.
okay.
We can
Okay.
give more of
Ziggurat.
those details. Yeah.
Yeah, this is down in the Mato Grosso. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In the
So
yes.
Bruno as a shaman is taking down some ayahuasca to take them through a ceremony. And so they can have
But
an
he's not invited. But he's not invited to do that. So he's taking a risk by actually bringing in plant medicine into that place. So he didn't. It wasn't like an invitation thing. He took a walkabout and went there on a journey, and it was a real enlightening experience for him, as he tells it to me. It's amazing, quite honestly. And Baloo ET is something. Most of the information on YouTube and what have you is all in Portuguese, so it's a little bit difficult, and it's not really translated from what I found. So
right.
the information about this phenomenon or this activity is really, I don't want to say top secret, but Docula kind of keeps everything under their watch, under their
Okay.
watch.
And
You
what
know,
is Dacia locate? Is this a government affiliated? This a group of physicists? Is this technological? Who are these people?
Bruno, why don't you chime in and mention about the president founder of Docula?
I just found the name of the video that explains the history of Bilu.
Yeah,
But
if you wanna type it in the chat, I'm interested in the photos because or the videos if you have it. So there's a chat there. If you could type that in, I'll copy and paste and see if I can pull up the images
oh,
of that.
perfect. I will send the link of the.
Okay, do that, yeah. Anyway,
Perfect.
so Bruno, so you go on walkabout. Yeah, I'm trying to get because we can't jump around too much and assume things with our audience. We kind of have to go slow and take them through exactly what's going on. So you are gonna I see that there. So you are okay, hold on a second. I turn there we go. So you are on a walkabout carrying ayahuasca. This is after your group experience. Is that correct?
I was there in the journey to try to explain about ayahuasca, about
On
rapé.
your own without an invitation, you just went to this group. I understand that. So can you talk about you talked
Oh
about
yeah,
this
yeah,
other
yeah. Sure.
experience. Was this before or after your experience that you first described?
Before the experience happened after I was there. After I in the event there, you know. It's after the event when I come home, the manifestation here in my home in São Paulo happened stronger. You know, it's like a point was a fire was burned in me to activate it to be in the synchron in the signal with them.
Right. So so I'm going to uh take you to this video that you've just sent me. So, folks, we're kind of jumping around here on the Zoom call. So I'm going to do a share screen that you can see this video he's talking about. So, because when we're talking about this stuff, when people say they have contact, I ask a lot of questions and I want to focus in. And I know there's, interdimensional contact, there's psychic contact, there's a sighting, and we get impressions. And I know that a lot of people are looking forward to their own contact, and it's going to come in their own way. You're down in a very remote area where the ships can make more activity because of the remoteness of the landscape and what's going on there. And I know that no matter where people are from, whether they're an indigenous person living in the forest in Brazil, or if they're a Wall Street broker, the contact experience is different. So I'm going to share. I found that video. There's some people talking, so I'm just going to share this video that you can see here, folks. But this is right before some imaging, so I'm not sure what they're talking about. But can you? I'm going to take this forward, and then I'm going to pause, and I'm going to ask you to tell me in this video, you were present when this video was taken?
No. That video, that two links I sent to you, it's that what make me go seek the truth in Mato Grosso.
Okay.
That video shows some manifestation of Bilu. In the video, that there is some the guy that made this video. His name is Rutan, and he's like trying to solve some puzzles, some mysteries, and he reached on Bilu, history of Bilu, and tried to solve this.
Okay. Okay. All right.
He make
Okay, so I want to ask you, what is the mystery of Beloo? I mean, we're kind of jumping around trying to get a timeline of what's happening. So, Beloo.
yeah.
So when did
Bilu
Beloo?
in Brazil for someone is kind of joke, but in this video, Rutan proved that is not a joke. That have some interventions of the news from Brazil, from the journals, manipulate the information for the population, and the videos that shows Bilu making some magical things like. Become bigger at any time he wants, making lights, shows off
Okay.
his body.
Okay, so this is This is another researcher whose video we're
Yeah,
watching about a being named Beloo that has some sort of. Uh, uh, can you tell us? I'm trying to get where Beloo is from. He's not part of your contact experience. You saw some ships. You had your own uh, experience that caused you to go into the Mato Grosso, uh, chasing this experience with Beloo and taking ayahuasca to this group. Okay, so now I'm going to play the video. You can see it. You can see my screen, right?
yeah,
Okay, so tell us what's going on here. And is this the guy?
yeah. This is Rutan, the researcher too.
Okay, so who is that?
That's one of the news from here from Brazil that went to Mato Grosso to see the truth. And in this YouTube video, it showed some film of Dakila, and he shows two the films from the news, and he compared the two, showing the manipulation.
Okay.
What?
So this is the news in Brazil that looks like a Brazilian. What that circle looks like a Brazilian news thing, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so this is the symbol of Brazil, of course, on the flag here. And so we're going to see some manipulation of Brazilian news with their reporting and what the truth is. So I'm going
yeah,
to play this. So this is that was a light flash. Is that?
Você pegou aí? Você Pegou?
Yeah, it's
Ele é
where the Bilu
Essa
manifested
imagem,
that
ela me
time.
chama a atenção por vários detalhes. A primeira, se isso aqui fosse fogos de artifício, claramente não iria se apagar antes mesmo.
Okay, here's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we've seen this, and what is this video? This is a news reporter filming this?
This film is from Dakla, if I'm not wrong. Precisely, that don't one showed for the population of Brazil. That film, that part of the light, you know.
Right.
It's like the manipulations, like to don't give the truth for populations. Like there is something happen, manifestation of
Right.
aliens.
Okay.
Something.
So is this a government agency? This is an official Docula is an official agency, or they're just a private group who is
Private group.
okay, they're a private group and they decided to share their contact with the
Exactly.
world, and the government wants to spin it in a negative way. So
Yeah.
that was one experience they saw and had that got everyone's interested in information here. It's kind of like a loud, kind of manifestation that, for some people it's kind of scary maybe or something. So, but I'm going to delve deeper with you in my questions here on exactly a little bit more. So, okay, so we see this manifestation with which they're kind of showing a lot. So this is a being or some sort of phenomenon that
Yeah.
pops up for these, and then it goes away. And what else did this group experience beside this?
In the video, they saw the ships walking in the sky exactly on the moment that Bilu shows up. And along the video, there is another recorded that Bilu becoming not vanish away in the light, but getting bigger, getting the voice harder, talking to everyone like calm down, slow down, take it
Yeah.
easy. I'm trying just to pass you information.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
they're trying to be kind.
Right. Okay. So
In the video, it's like he's making how can I say, looking every detail, showing, oh, there is a video manipulation here. There is this is a true filmage. This was recorded really. There's no manipulation from anyone. It's impossible to do it. And Rutan has property to talk about it because he's a video maker too, a
okay.
journalist too.
Okay. Okay. So can you explain? We're going to see a second part of the video. We've seen this manifestation again, the kind of loud display to people who've never seen a UFO before. They make an entrance with some ships, and these are scientists, so they're trying to establish contact to get a veracity of the existence of extraterrestrials and begin a contact experience with a group of individuals. And what are we seeing here? There he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's hiding behind the trees a little bit, but definitely he's physical.
This other guy showing up in the video, it's Urandir Fernandes. He's the president of DACLA. He's the one of that start make the research about Bilu that and he tried to show to the world and receiving the orientations from him. And he got arrested in the beginning
This
because they
guy?
don't want.
This guy?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so this is a scientist in Brazil who was down there in this remote area where the extraterrestrials made a display and made a type of contact. So, of course, the government comes in and arrests him, changes the story here, and
This is the news interviewing him in the moment that happened the manifestation.
Right. Okay. So we're going to go through this, folks, a little bit here. So you can see cover up is the order of the day. This is a real thing. So this is the news part.
No, that moment that it's the journalist, famous journalist looking for the ships.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, it's real. Oh my God, it's truth. I will tell everyone it's truth. And that right moment you are showing that. After a few weeks later, when he gave for the population the interview, he said it's all lie. It never happened.
Right. Okay, I understand. He wants to keep his job and he pussied out and took the money.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
The face in the side of the image, it's the face of Bilu. You can see the two eyes. It's where they could record it and listen what he has to say.
Really?
Yeah.
So
At some point of the video, there is a focus only on Bilu talking.
right there, that's not Beloo here, is it?
No.
No.
That's a part of the video.
Yeah, this is a fake. Okay. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is like a cartoon. That's not Beloo. I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
it's a cartoon. Yeah.
yeah, that's not real. So so we're as further along, we're gonna actually see more of Beloo, is that correct? Let's go back.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to the part where Beloo comes out. I think we already saw that, right? So yeah, let's go back to this one little thing where we can see this Beloo guy. Oh, it's going to go through the thing again. So go ahead and tell us more. So Beloo is communicating with these scientists, one or two of them. He continues these contacts to the day.
Yeah. They probably they say that they can contact him anytime they want. It's
Okay.
like they show he show up anytime he wants to for them when need to talk. Their mission, they say, it's like to give a true wisdom for the world with charity, with love, and that's one of the things that take me to Mato Grosso to reunite forces, and
So you were
they today,
yeah, so
yeah,
you're excited about this contact.
yeah,
And so
sure.
this sent you down here. So what kind of information is Beloo giving everyone? This is kind of where I like to find, this is the kind of stuff that I'm interested in, is the information. The phenomenon, I love the story around it, but what is the information that they are that they are having here?
In that moment of the video, this recorded about 20 years ago. Was recorded,
Oh,
and yeah, it's old. It's old. That's the moment when Urangir tried to show to the world, And after the news make joke of him, try to arrest him, he stopped. He only focused on Dakila and showing the truth for everyone that seek them, that go there. They stop and try to make marketing about it, And in that moment, what Bilu says, after all, for them, they give them orientations about structures of the house, orientation about the lost city in Amazon called Ratanabá, in the trio to reach there,
do they ever talk
and
about the lost city of Patiti?
there's a lot of ones there lost, right?
Yeah.
And that moment on the video, they are showing what the news gave for the population and what was recorded in the day, what was the real one, the truth one.
Right. Okay. So this video is an expose of a
Oh,
government.
look, this is the real. This is the real video, the truth.
Right.
That's
Okay. So, okay. So yeah, I've seen this. So are there any other photos of Beloo other than this one?
I sent you two links. Maybe on the second one, it shows more.
Okay, I'm just kind of going back here. So this is kind of interesting. This is, quite interesting. Thank you for sharing this. So here we're seeing, they're talking about, so I want to move forward here. And there we go. Okay, so this is a very large being. And where does Baloo say he's from?
He told them he is from if I'm not wrong, Sirius Star.
Serious?
From Sirius, yeah.
Okay.
Uh, he came here to try to help humanity, to try to don't make the same mistakes from the past.
Right.
And
Well, that's wonderful. This is great. So this is kind of awesome. This is a 20-year-old contact. It obviously hasn't made it into America too much, but this is a modern type video here of this guy. Do you know this guy? What's his
I
name?
never met him, but I follow him on YouTube. His pure heart try to bring pure information about everything's happening in the world. It's like every manifestation that's happened, every natural disasters happen. He shows in his videos explanation of prophecies of the manifestation of ovnis in the moment of UFOs in the moment of the according to what is happening.
Okay, so I think that was part two. I'm going to go to part one. Okay, and so have you had any experience personally with Baloo?
Yeah, sure. Right there in Mato Grosso, I have one.
Okay, why don't you take us through that experience? When was this? When did this happen for you?
I was alone. There was a mountain there in Mato Grosso, and after the manifestation for everyone happened, I was kind of in euphoria, in so big happiness in my heart. I was like, "Wow, it's real! I have no doubt no more. I felt, I saw." But I
Right.
have a little disinformation there with the coordinators there in the event, and I went lonely, walking lonely, sad, a little sad because I went there to present ayahuasca, rapé, talk about it, and they don't feel like very interested. And what I was sad in the moment, it's like, well, you bring me here. You there below, whatever is there guiding me, you take me here and for nothing. I was kind of sad and walking alone in the mountain in the dark. And when I come back in the beginning of the mountain, every in the woods, every parts of tree start flushing, start vibrating, and I saw him, and he
Okay, so
talking. Yeah,
okay, so I'm moving forward here. We're gonna see a different video here. Obviously, it's in Portuguese, so we're not gonna talk about and go over the information too much right here. But
this is Rutan in one of the science of Dakla talking.
okay, so right, so here it is. So it looks like this is from the same video from the original one we saw, right? But it looks a little different.
No, it's another recorded about the manifestation.
At Dakla.
Another manifestation there recorded.
Is this a recording at Dakla? Oh. So he pops his head up real quick. That's kind of weird. So,
Yeah, it's like he showed himself in different ways, you know. For Bilu came, the name Bilu came for the kids. There's a lot of kids that are proof top. When he show up for the kids, it's like he chose the name Bilu because it was kindly, softly to don't scare the kids. And the kids was like, "Oh, Bilu is here! Hey, Bilu! Hey, Bilu!" And that's why he preferred to use this name.
yeah, did they slow that down a little bit? It looks like he comes up. Okay, so you had an experience. When was this?
It was September of last year, the first one, the big one that I was talking now, the history.
So the trees were shaking, and then
It's not like shaking, it's vibrating. It's like what is similar, the sound similar that it's like a lot of something burning, little things burning quickly. And what's like movement, nowhere, no wind, everything calmly, but the sound is extremely. And I didn't take ayahuasca that night. I didn't take nothing. I was total pure in that moment. And I felt my vibration getting high, my perceptions getting high. Everything about the treatment that gave to me what they told it was supposed to happen if I was doing the right thing. And I look to the left, every side, everything shaking, the sound getting strong. And I get on my knee, started crying because the emotion, the power of the moment was so strong. And I saw him in front of me. And the words he used was like, "You, wherever you walk in this earth, you will be protected. Go
right.
ahead and walk with confidence and go
Okay.
and spread all this knowledge of your heart, of the unconditional love you have. Give away, pass away, give the world needed, and you are protected. We will receive every information you need to the next step."
Okay, that's good. So live in the moment, be aware. You've made your contact, and have no fear moving forward. Now, from here in America, you have heavy, intense jungle down there. So it's kind of a cat and mouse game. Can you tell me that we in this video, there's some type of communication Beloo is speaking?
Yeah, right in the moment where you paused it, the words, it's now the legends. It's the voice of Blue. Better, they are asking questions for Bilu, and Bilu answer.
So I want to hear the question. So let's play it and hear the voice, people.
De vocês. Tudo começou quando o Roberto Cabrini, no SBT, decidiu exibir uma imagem do suposto alienígena em seu programa. Depois disso, a Record ficou interessada em fazer uma matéria e procurou o antigo projeto Portal para tentar fazer o contato com o suposto alien. Então aí eles publicaram a famosa matéria, onde eu encontrei muitas, mas muitas coisas estranhas. Né?
Okay, what was he saying there in English? If you can translate that.
That he was talking about one of the news called SBT here in Brazil, showed a little record about Bilu, and another news called Bandeirantes was like jealous and went to Mato Grosso to see the truth and make their own record. And that's the part that he's showing what was in the news.
Okay. So, is there any point where we hear Beloo's voice?
I think now, if you play now, we can hear it.
Qual a sua mensagem para a Terra, Bilu?
Bom, eles falam que a equipe proibiu acender luz, mas quando nós vemos as imagens do making-off, que inclusive foram me cedidas, o arquivo original da câmera que foi filmada,
What's he saying?
He's saying that in the moment, the record that was shown for population was a weak record, and it's like
Again, another cover-up by the same a different news organization,
yeah.
kind of trying to dismiss the story as fake. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
não é exatamente isso que nós vemos. Nós vemos ali uma condição para que a luz fosse...
Attention, the government could begin to pay you $1,000 a month,
So,
no matter how much.
so I don't know. I have to keep this video, can't go on YouTube because I'm sharing a YouTube from someone else. So,
Yeah.
what's going to happen is this is going to
There is.
so Beloo did kind of the same type of, he did the same experience for the reporter from a distance behind the trees, right?
It was in the moment that are recorded, they were in a group. For me, I was alone.
Right. So this is a different reporter. It says,
Yeah.
okay, I want you to translate. Beloo is speaking he says Beloo is speaking here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Ok.
What did he say? He has a very high voice.
Yeah. He was like, you need to turn off the light, put out the light, and the recorder was like, okay, I will follow your orders.
What does it say? Beloo vai pedir na hora extra. What does he say?
Bilu will ask you in the right time.
Okay, I'm gonna play it now.
Ok.
What's he saying?
He say he will manifest more when there are only two, him and the recorder, and when they come back for the roads, they will appear for them. They will talk to them in the roads.
Okay. What's
As imagens...
yeah,
When Bilu say okay, you can turn on the light.
okay.
que são exibidas foram registradas por duas câmeras diferentes. Nas imagens dos bastidores é possível ouvir a
There
suposta...
is the comparison about the fake record about the news and the original.
Okay.
pedindo para que a moça que estava filmando passasse.
Escuro. Não tem na foto. Desculpa.
What is he saying there?
He likes to give some present for the ones he show himself, and he's saying, take this and give for Cristiano. It was one of the recorders.
Okay. And what did he give him?
They don't tell, but in the Dakla, the older ones there, they said the special presents like different stones, like if you take this stone with you, will reach you easily. And a lot another presents. Everyone, it's a special for everyone.
Okay.
Personal.
Chama. Já tá gravando, tá? Tá gravando aqui. Já tô aqui em cima, vai traduzir. Aqui em cima, se precisar, tá?
Guarde bem essa informação. A câmera do Dáquila, antigo projeto Portal, está nas mãos de Cristiano, repórter da Record, que vai registrar todo o contato do início ao fim. Aqui
Okay, and what's this one? What did he say? He said he's telling about that they gave them some special stones, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
cara já me chama a atenção. A grande diferença entre
Okay. So, what is
Record
what was he saying there?
You are with the recorder in your hand, and the recorder says, "Yes, I am."
Okay. So interesting. So this guy from Sirius is down in Brazil. I know that in Sirius they have the Dogon. There's a third brown dwarf star there. There's Sirius A, B, and C. And I know there's a gentleman in South America who was born on Earth, but he has been taken to Sirius C. He is a dual citizen. He is most definitely goes on craft, I'm pretty sure. They haven't explained to me too much about him, but he works in with the government in highly technological areas, trying to bring some stuff down to Brazil. So, can you tell us a little more on what Beloo? I'm going to go through this, and then I'm going to ask you about your experience. What do the other people at DACLA have they revealed? Obviously, with the government's position there and this cover up from 20 years ago, they probably don't reveal too much to the public at this point in time. But what is DACLA doing now, and what is the situation with the ongoing experience with Beloo?
It's like they are still going with the research about the lost cities. They have now agreement with Saudi Arabia, with the sheikhs that are working with they want to work with Dakla because about this contact with the aliens and the project. It's like they don't open the information for the public. But if you want to be part of the project, if you want to study the way they want to teach, they open for anyone that wants. And that's one of the projects of the Biodome. It's like to make these studies, to the contact, make show the easy way.
Okay, so you have this group down in Brazil that has been having contacts with Beloo for 20 years now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and so these recent videos from this other guy who was reporting from 20 years ago and clarifying some things. These are more modern videos in recent times. Inspired you to do the CE5 protocol for over 90 days, which is, I'm glad things slowed down there in Sao Paulo and you had the ability to do that. And now you went to Mato Grosso and you had an experience with Beloo. Was that one time or did you have another experience?
Oh, a lot, a lot. It's like
Mas a minha não funciona.
I received the guidance and working hard for it. And the manifestation of the project that I am guiding to. And it's working now with Dave, with the Biodome. It's all flowing slowly, but in the right time, you know.
Okay.
But the principle of the project is like to bring of mine project. It's work with the native ancestral medicine and showing that the wisdom about the ancient.
Okay. So so have they been probably sharing with Dakla the locations of the cities they may be in the Brazil? Are they researching them to share them, or is this hidden behind the scenes?
If anyone that want to seek more about, want to feel, to see, Dakla have the point here in Mato Grosso. They make the events. It's only looking on the shadow. If I'm not wrong, the Dakla make some events in the USA too.
Dakla make
Calling,
they're making some appearances in
yeah,
in the USA.
yeah, around the world, around the world.
Yeah, when and where is it? When was this? So it looks like
Last year, I heard about two that they were doing Montana, there in USA.
when was this?
Uh, Last year.
Okay.
Since I was not very close to them, I was focused on my projects, and I didn't heard more. But
Okay. Okay, I want to interrupt here because I found something. This is what Beloo looks like.
no, that's a cartoon.
Yeah, I don't like it when they do this. That kind of
Yeah,
it certainly didn't look like he looked like. They want to make him look like one of the Grays,
yeah.
but he's looks like a regular person. Probably
The where is the name? Camera Dracula is the original, the real face.
right. So
They
this kind of looks like yeah. So they're going over this. So he has I'm sure he has a kind of a negroid look. Is that correct?
when I saw him, it's the same way that showing up there in the video.
How tall is he?
He was about the same tall as me. I'm 1.8 centimeters, 1 meter and 8 centimeters. It's
Oh,
my
so he's
tall.
only about 6 feet.
Yeah,
Okay. So they were zoomed in there. So the one manifestation was larger. Uh, so okay. Uh, so it seems like I want to go through. They keep going over the same camera footage and sharing the cover up and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go forward here and see. Let me see this here. Um, this is this is a big one that's been replayed a lot. It looks like by a lot of people. So anyway, so okay, so I thank you for sharing this. I've been kind of trying to go through this. I think it's because of the language and not understanding and coming into this interview from a completely uh
sorry to interrupt you. That moment of the video, it's the time where Bilu manifested himself in a large scale, where changing his stall. At that point, was recorded.
okay, so here he is kind of appearing in a larger manifestation, possibly his real size.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of very large extraterrestrials and stuff here. So this is an aspect of the multidimensional phenomenon, which I think um, that we should keep in mind when we're dealing with this new phenomenon. We really have to keep an open mind of what we think and what we expect, and we got to throw out all the television information. We have to the absolute cover up. And you have the famous reporter who says it's real, and then he's pressured by his bosses to retract the story. um
Yeah.
you know, that's what reporters are. They're actors. You know, he was a real journalist, but he caved in to pressure. And unfortunately, that's how they run things, is through money and power. And that power is leaving now. I can tell you there's a lot of things coming forward. So, Beloo, let's get a little bit more into your multiple experiences with Beloo. Has he settled down? Do you meet him face to face? Does he talk to you? Are they very brief encounters? Let's go through the history of your encounters that started, I think you said last year. Oh, you're muted, Bruno. You're muted.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Can you say it again? Did it cut
Yeah,
it?
what I wanted to ask you is, so I wanted to go, now we've heard this kind of history of Beloo from 20 years ago, reaching out in the Mato Grosso jungle to some technological researchers who tried to bring this information to the public, were shut down. And for 20 years, I'm sure they have a tremendous amount of experience and knowledge that not only is technological, but archaeological, that they probably are keeping under wraps until a future time here. And now, for those who are interested, I guess if you speak Portuguese, you can go there, or anyone could go there and have a type of experience about, living in the presence, and to change the vibration of your consciousness is the essence of the extraterrestrial information. It's not about spaceships and space shoots and to land and to have a photo opportunity and to degrade the experience in a media type manipulation. And there's Dave showing us the land behind him. He's on this island, very remote, folks. And so you've connected with Dave, and you're working in a Biodome project. Obviously, there's no funding at this point in time, but the intention is, and I presume Beloo has told you some things, that in the future, the project that's going on here is going to manifest, let's call it a point of light, or a location of light that's going to be available for people to understand more about the spiritual nature of themselves. And probably the intent is also to release some more advanced technology. Is that correct?
I'll chime in, Bruno, also, because when we start talking about the Biodome project, it's really something that started. Bruno has only really been involved for maybe 6 months or so now, and great effort and a great partnership. And we want to thank Bruno for all of the work that he does in trying to make this weekend a regular weekend, once a month that we're doing this, Rob. And so the Biodome project is all about becoming that point of light that you mentioned. And that point of light is actually a very specific point, and we know it, Rob. It's called 0.00 absolute. And that absolute is in the center of everything. Every person, place, and thing has 0.00 absolute. That's what connects everything. And so, and on these weekends, Soul Weekend, that's what our effort is, to try to illuminate everybody, enlighten everybody in 2 days. In really, what we're trying to do with the ayahuasca is to use more natural precision medicine rather than the technological side, which is really what the Biodome does. The Biodome is a 5D reality. It's a living matrix. The world is talking about these matrices and really putting a bad name on what a matrix is. But the fact is, the aliens go through the matrix. It's not our matrix, because our matrix on Earth is it's a longitude and latitude. It's as if the Earth is flat, and we know that the Earth is round, and we know that all material goes from a plasma state to a gas, and then a liquid, and then a solid. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever that the center of the universe, or our Earth, I should say, not just the universe, but the center of the Earth, is a solid material. And so 0.00 absolute is a theory. It's called the theory of nothing, the theory of nowhere, because in quantum, in technology says that we're all connected and we're all entangled and we all came from nothing. We came from nothing. We are nobody. It's really,
it's a paradox. It's nothing and everything, nowhere and everywhere. The absolute eternal being is God, and that we are all one being. Heaven on earth is here. The earth is separated in a separate reality right now out of time, because we can't join the real time because of the interference of some interlopers and intruders throughout the galaxy that have been in rebellion to the creator's divine plan. And now they are being removed behind the scenes on a very high level. And what's taking place now is around the world in various cultures, determined by the people's apperceptions, their belief systems. The truth is coming out. Contacts are being made. I know some people in Kazakhstan who are having different type of experiences with some very powerful stones and crystals. And people like to think of this as black magic, but crystals amplify thought forms. So the stones that Beloo gave to these people are signatures that they can monitor remotely to their chosen contacts. The Venusians are very advanced, the ones that I speak with. They have signatures for many, many, many millions of star seeds and other information. They're watching the politics silently behind the scenes and influencing things. So I'd like to go back, if I could, with you, Bruno, and talk a little bit more. If you could set the ground on some of your physical experiences with Beloo. Do you have to go to the Mato Grosso, or is he coming to you in different locations now where you can have experiences?
It's like I saw in an interview of Urandir, the founder of Dakla. He said one thing about Bilu. When he was about 25 years, 30 years, he got consciousness about the presence of Bilu. But when Bilu showed up for him, Bilu talked to him, said the right thing, that he was walking with Urandir all his life.
Right. So Beloo, right. Okay.
Bilu said to Urandir, and I'm analyzing that after my first consciousness manifestation of Bilu, it was in Mato Grosso. After that, the next manifestations was like only I'm feeling and Bilu talking, showing me that he was walking with me all my life. And he was showing me, look, remember that point that happened, something you didn't understand, don't know how it happened. It was me. I was with you. Oh, remember that? Look, like you were saved by that. It was me. You are always protected and are being guided. And now, after Mato Grosso, here in the last year, the last month, all my life, all manifestation happening strongly. People around me that walk with me showing the same manifestation too. It's like the reuniting the big spirits, the kind hearts, the brilliant minds to go on the mission that it's to protect this earth and show the truth.
Right. That's good. I like that. So that's a good message. So so you've had other contacts where he's reassured you. Can you talk about the physical location? Did he appear physically? He wasn't hiding and going behind bushes. Did he appear in front of you? Did you sit? Are you privately? Where was the location of these other manifestations?
The proper place, it's like one of the teachings that we have in Dakila. because he's a multidimensional creature.
Yeah.
He needs to be, the environment needs to have a kind of vibration.
Right.
So it
Keep
can't be a heavy place, you know. He could show up anywhere he wants, but for a softly manifestation, the perfect place is in the woods. It's in the silence. It's in a
right.
soft environment.
I understand. And how many times have you had experiences with him physically from last year? I guess you've had a few.
Oh, I have. It's funny to tell you. Every week I have some photos. He show up, and I'm not allowed yet to
You're,
repass, but
you're not allowed to
uh,
share the photos yet, right?
yeah, because it's not only him showing up; it's my family showing up too. And for now, I'm not allowed, but I can show you after interview. And but every week, once in a week, I can wait that he will appear and talk something.
Okay. All right. Well, I'd like you to I mean, it's kind of interesting. I know that funds are difficult down in the with the economy in Brazil, but I mean, I have a summer conference here in Mount Shasta this next July. Um I think if you want to come up, and Dave, you can be invited too to come up to Mount Shasta. I'd like you to share your experiences, and I think you probably are allowed to share your photos privately, right?
Yeah, sure.
I have certain things that I'm allowed to share privately that they allow me to share to my what they call my inner circle of people.
Uh-huh.
The Venusians have more physical. They live and walk and talk amongst us. They're inserted in our society. They're living in normal houses. They even have families from Earth, some of them, and they're working behind the scenes. So when the time comes that they can reveal themselves, when the promise of the truth of God is more easily received, they will announce where they're from so that people will go, I've known you for years, and I didn't know, and they're going, yeah, we're just normal people. You don't have to put us in a lab and touch us and dissect us and put us under the lights and arrest us and beat us up for secrets. That's the way the governments and the dark side works. So I think I'd like, if you want, you can share some if you want to share any more um of your any more communications, if you want to share a little bit um of anything specific that he's asked you to share. Um you know,
I think the principal message is that he teach me that I uh, will bring for all my life where I walk. It's like if you are doing your research, your job with love, with no evil, with no second intentions, if you are trying to be involved in a good, in a love, in a unconditional love
uh-huh.
being, you will
Right.
be protected for any chaos happen in the world. We will be protected. That's
Exactly.
the mission. It's like I feel,
Right.
you know,
Yeah. Exactly.
be
Yeah, exactly, Bruno. That's exactly right. It's all about unconditional love, because once you have a condition, that sends out a stressor, either to fight or to run, to get out of there. It doesn't say be still and be calm and trust God, that God's gonna, or Beloo, or any spirit or angel, saint, or guardian, or whatever, just to be open and not have any conditions. And that's what the ayahuasca in this weekend, soul weekend, Rob, is all about in the audience. It's about breaking down. It's the disintegration that we go through, and then there's an implosion, and then the integration. So we come to the 0 point, That's unconditional love. And then from there, we go back into society. And when we go into society, we can see the conditions very brightly. And we address them by transforming them with unconditional love. We don't fight like a war or a conflict. That's the whole idea. And so the work that Biodome is involved with is also a project called We Landia Micronation. And it's actually a sovereign nation. It's a 5D Ellis Island. It's designed for migration of all humans on Earth to actually become part of this collective, and really no ownership of land. That all land and all of Earth is the rights of nature and the rights of the ocean, and then the rights of the people, indigenous and historical and everything. But first, we have to protect the Earth unconditionally. We need to work and coexist with nature. And that's what the Soul Weekend is about, connecting with our core, which is 0.00 absolute. And we know this mathematically. It doesn't get any more exact and precise than 0.00 absolute. I mean, we cannot explain this situation any easier. Just let go, surrender, and come down. It's not always a downward. I say down because the force of gravity already is forcing us down. So just go with it. Turn around and let go and go down and disintegrate. Come to the zero, the 0.00 absolute. And the only way to do it is to drop all the conditions. You can't go into 0.00 absolute with a condition. It doesn't allow you. Consciousness doesn't allow that, and the ET don't allow that. It's all about protecting the seed of life.
I think what you're talking about, the zero, is related to, because in my early experiences, there were a lot of transcendental spiritual experiences leaving my body, and the Pleiadians did have me take some substances to help me stop the internal dialogue, where your voice becomes completely stopped. That's what meditation is. Meditate, which means to wait in the middle. And you wait in the middle of your breath. You wait in the middle of your thoughts. You may wait in the middle between the material and the spiritual universe. And with no judgment, your thoughts, you're able to perceive reality. The drugs activate the pituitary and the pineal gland primarily with, with the inhibitors in the serotonin in the brain, which allows you to perceive a more internal reality, where your thoughts are more in tune with the true time and the true nature of the universe. And unfortunately, at this point, the Earth, most people are very much involved in the material challenges of life, and we spend a lot of time focusing on things that don't really matter in the material world. We have desires and we have needs that keep us working, because we've been hoodwinked into believing a reality that is not cooperative, that is not based on family. It's based on competition and greed and power. And our financial system is based on scarcity and lack instead of prosperity and abundance. And the native peoples who work together to survive have a much closer, tighter knit family because they rely on each other. But the 0 point, the point of these psychedelics is to learn to stop the internal dialogue. You don't need the drugs, but they can open that door for you. When you become a true master, you don't need the drugs. The drugs are, you can be, it's because we're kind of stupid. I said, why do I have to take the drugs? What's it in? They said, drugs. Oh, and they showed me all of the various chemicals and drugs and radiation and everything that's in our environment. And they told me that the drugs act as a medicine to remove some of the poisons that we've taken in, and to allow us to do that. But if you take too much of the drug, what can happen is those poisons, the drug itself can become a poison. Your body can be depleted of what the serotonin is, and you will have, quote, a bad trip, where you open up to some of the different entities. There's also programming that people have and belief structures that when you go into this area, unless you have a strong understanding and connection to God and an understanding, as Bruno says, that you're a divine child of God, you're always protected, and as you move forward in faith, all things will be added unto you, as the Bible says. So there's a universality of the spirituality and religions, and the extraterrestrials are not into religion, but they're into the essence of the spiritual Gnostic experience, the ineffable, unexplainable, direct, mystical connection to nature and the universe. And so I think it's really cool that this Syrian, I'd like to be able, if you could ask him, I'd love to hear more about Sirius, because Sirius is a celestial incubator. And I think we can save some of this maybe for another interview, but has he talked anything about the future to you, about the coming trials and tribulations that are coming? We know that we're in a solar cloud, that the solar system is very hot right now. It's not global warming but it's solar warming. The hydrogen cloud, absolute zero is the normal temperature in outer space, Bruno, and right now it's 10,000 degrees, and it will be for another 100 years. And with the natural solar flares, this is going to be magnifying the heat. It's going to be taking down satellites. Electrical grids will be going down. And I believe that there's a concerted effort by the Galactic Confederation of Light and many of our extraterrestrial neighbors to prepare us to come together, to work in cooperation to be able to deal with these physical challenges that are part of the natural correction of the universe, to take away mankind's technology, which is destroying the earth. We have built these systems and these technologies that we are killing our planet. We're ignorant, and no one has the will to stop. So God is going to create these natural cataclysms, this cyclic change, to wipe out this old system, and we'll build something new, something better from the future. There may not be as many people, but I've been told that there will be evacuations. And one of the major evacuation points for many to go to will be to a planet around Sirius B called Beloo, where the Venusians are. It's a very large planet, and many of the people of the Earth will be taken there to build a new Earth. There will be many people that will come back from these evacuations to the space platforms, moon, asteroids, planets, and will come back to help to rebuild the new Earth. But we're going into a tribulation period, according to my Venusian friends, who are the primary guardians. The confederations, Sirius is part of the Confederation, Galactic Confederation of Light, of our local federation. It includes Sirius, Alpha Centauri, Proxima Centauri, Arcturus, and there's 51 solar systems and 601 worlds, and probably thousands of moons with life on them that are part of our local confederation. I've been talking a little bit about some of my information. Can you give any feedback? Has he spoken to you of any of these type of things?
It's like the last talk I say, if your path is still be the love, unconditional love involved, don't be afraid. Just keep moving. Everything will happen what you need to happen, and only will be safe if you are involved in love, unconditional love. You don't have to get no doubts, no get anxious, just let it flow. Everything will happen
Right.
at the right time. It's kind of it. I try to discover something more, but it's like he's precisely. It's like, is this enough? Go to work.
Right. And the information that I share is not intended to be fearful, but to encourage people to move forward into unconditional love, cooperation, and kindness and patience towards their fellow man, which I try to exhibit. I mean, my patience for myself is not so forgiving, but I do have a lot of positive love for humanity. So I want to thank you guys for coming on the show today. I'm going to let you and your message of living in the moment, having faith and presence, and your experiences with Beloo are quite fun. I'm kind of curious. Could you talk to me, because the African tribe of the Dogon is um African. Can you tell me, if you were to look at him physically, would you say he looks like he's kind of a mixture, like in South America, of black and Indian, or Brazil, or uh, does he look like he's from Africa? I get a feeling like his hair is kind of African genetics. What is he? If you were going to guess, where is he from on the earth? Where would you say?
Honestly, it's not from the hurt. After the first time I saw, wow, that's the first time I'm seeing my life. It's like the don't get signal from nowhere from this hurt. You know, I
Right,
don't.
but I mean, if you're going to say, who does he look the closest like? Does I couldn't see his eyes. Does he look any Oriental features? Does he look like maybe he's Egyptian? Uh,
Yeah, exactly. When I was in the event of Dakla, there was a conversations showing photos of blue in Egypt in the pyramids, and I'm feeling a strong feeling in my heart now when you talk. He's look like Egyptian. Yeah, that's the
right.
one.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I see it's kind of I'll call it a black race offshoot a little bit, and we
yeah.
want to divide people into races, which is not important to me. I don't see race. I'm just looking for what I would call the genetic phenotype. I would be Caucasian, you'd be considered Indian, or all the influences that are going on. We're all mixed, we're all one human family. But I was just trying to get, but he could walk amongst us on the earth, couldn't he? And people wouldn't really recognize him. I mean, you're meeting him, he's from another world, but do you think he could pass for us if he was to dress in a suit? He wouldn't be too, no one,
Sure,
no, right,
absolutely.
right. No one would really know. He could speak in a British accent, and you wouldn't really know, right?
Anything he wants, the way he wants.
Right. They're very
Easily.
advanced. His voice is very high.
Very
Yeah.
high, very high, very
Is it?
high. Unconditional love, unconditional love.
Well,
Exactly.
okay. Well, let's leave it on a happy note. David, would you like to have any closing statements here?
Uh, I just want to thank you so much, Rob. It would be unfortunate if we weren't able to stream it because of the issues with whatever you said as far as the video. But
Yeah.
maybe at some point, save it, archive it, and then we'll
I'm
try
going
to
to
get
put it on. I
permission.
can embed this video on my website, but because we're sharing YouTube,
Yeah,
they kind of, and
right.
they'll use this as an excuse to shut it down. So
Yeah.
the link will be on my website. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like the computer. It's a part of my job that I don't like, is the technological stuff.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and
Well,
get.
AI, the good news, Rob, is AI is coming to take a lot of that repetitive and redundant work and really the boring stuff away from us. And it really, the future is very promising. I'm hoping that some of what you had said is not really going to happen, but I don't know. All we can do is
Sure,
be in the
I'll
present
tell you, the
moment.
tribulations are going to happen,
Yeah.
but like Bruno says, you just go forward, love and faith, and these challenges are going to make us stronger. We're going to realize we're going to put away our judgment. We're going to put away our fear. We're going to know why we came here, and it's an exciting time to be alive. And the more faith we have, the more love, unconditional love, that we manifest within ourselves and towards our fellow man, we can create
Right.
something new. So, and there will be evacuations coming. People are going to leave this planet at some point. And thank goodness for that. And many people will be able to build something new upon the earth after some of these tribulations. Some people will be taken in the earth. There's huge underground cities in South America. There's one called Petiti as well. I know some Bolivians that went down there, and 12 of them went into a cave, and then I think 2 of them went into the inside the cave and had some contact, and the contact was just telling them, we're here, we're real, we're ready for you, we're moving forward, get ready for the changes, unconditional love. And they had to trek 12 days through the jungle, and they were telepathically guided where to go. So this is a very real aspect of the interdimensional, the guides of the sky and the masters inside the earth, the meeting of heaven and earth, and reestablishing a paradise within ourselves and reflecting that in our own manifestation on the earth is where we're headed. So anyway, we're going to stop the recording now, but
Okay, great.
we're going to hang on here. Maybe you can show me a picture. That'd be cool if you've got one. Okay.
Thanks.
So all right.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Rob.
That's David, Ferdinand, and Bruno. We'll talk to them.
Thank
So
you.
maybe we'll see them in Mount Shasta next summer. It's an interesting story we have here, and we'll explore it more throughout this year and the next. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.